Now, for technical reasons that I won't go into, you're welcome, this is almost impossible to do under current congressional budget rules, even though this is our own money and not taxpayer funds. But the NALC did not and has not given up. We developed a two-step approach to this problem with the chair of our subcommittee in the House of Representatives, Stephen Lynch of Massachusetts. First, Region 14 got the back, huh? Good draw, Johnny. First, we will seek legislation to recover and transfer the postal pension surplus to the Postal Retiree Health Fund. That will effectively fully pre-fund all future retiree health benefits, and it will set up the second step, a bill to repeal the $5.5 billion pre-funding payments. We believe that once the Retiree Health Fund is fully funded, Congress is much more likely to waive the budget rules that have stymied us for 18 months. Think about it. Just about as a bank cannot demand the continuation of monthly house payments once you've paid off your mortgage, Congress could not justify the continuation of pre-funding payments into a retiree health fund that is fully funded. Budget rules be damned. Well, I thought this was water. It's some kind of vodka. I'm getting dizzy. Whoa, Jim. At some point, even in Washington, D.C., common sense must prevail. On July 21st, the first Lynch bill, H.R. 5746, was adopted by the Postal Subcommittee in the House. We are now fully mobilizing our state chairs and our congressional district liaisons to aggressively lobby their members of Congress to co-sponsor the legislation. In just 3 weeks, we have already recruited 41 co-sponsors. Is that still accurate? I'm confident that if we all do our part, that means each and every one of you who are here today, we can get this bill passed and included in the expected end-of-the-year appropriation bill in September. I'm challenging each of you to contact your members of Congress the day that you get home by sending a letter, making a phone call, or reaching out to your member's district office with a simple message: co-sponsor H.R. 5746. Now, a fact sheet on that bill has been posted on the NALC website. Nothing you can do this year will do more to enhance our job security than taking 5 minutes to do this next week. Nothing. Now, you would think that fixing a $50 to $75 billion problem and saving the Postal Service at least $5.5 billion a year would assure the continued survival of the Postal Service. But you would be wrong. We must also stop the Postal Service from making the biggest strategic blunder since it gave away the express mail market in 1978, when it voluntarily loosened the private express statutes at the urging of a small unknown company in Memphis called Federal Express. The rest is history. We must stop them from doing something that is equally reckless: eliminating Saturday collections and deliveries. If you've heard our rap on retiree health pre-funding, you've probably also heard our rap on the folly of management's plan for 5-day delivery and collections. And I will show you some mercy again by not repeating it all this morning. But giving up the key advantage that you have over your competitors, the fact that you deliver on Saturdays, opening the way for new competitors to offer Saturday service in the void you leave behind, inviting Congress to open American mailboxes to others, and driving even more mailers out of the Postal Service by offering slower service is penny-wise and dollar-foolish and just plain stupid. Doing it at the same time that you're raising rates is downright crazy. Although the Postal Service spent an arm and a leg on a website and a media blitz to convince mailers and the American people that the end of Saturday delivery is a done deal, we know that only Congress has the power to decide this issue and that the Postal Regulatory Commission has something to say about it as well. Over the past several months, we've launched a massive campaign to influence the debate over Saturday delivery in both Congress and the PRC. Tomorrow, we're going to share a video on this campaign called Fighting for the Last Mile. We still doing that tomorrow? Tomorrow. It highlights the legislative, grassroots, and legal activities that we've undertaken to convince the PRC and the Congress to reject the Postal Service's radical proposal. Now, I don't want to spoil the video, but thanks to our legislative and political activists, in particular, their efforts to mobilize public and congressional opposition to cutting Saturday delivery, we are making real gains in this battle. The Obama administration and a bipartisan majority of Congress have endorsed the continuation of 6-day delivery. And on July 29th, both the Senate Appropriations Committee and a House Appropriations Subcommittee adopted bills that mandate the continuation of Saturday delivery. Thanks to our Saturday for Saturday grassroots program, we're also educating the public about the impact on them of elimination of Saturday delivery. And we're making real progress there too. Before we launched our program, just before the 4th of July, public comments at the PRC were running slightly in favor of ending Saturday delivery. Today, opposition to the plan has the clear majority. But this week, I want to ask all of you to do your part as members of the Carrier Corps to help us prevail at the PRC. I'm going to ask each of you to pledge to find 3 businesses back home to formally oppose the loss of Saturday delivery. I'm convinced that we're going to win the battle for the hearts and minds of the American people. NALC has also recruited the 2 most respected academics in the world on postal economics, as well as a former chief financial officer of the Postal Service, all 3 to testify on our behalf at the PRC. Former President Bill Young and I will also be testifying. Now, although the PRC's decision is technically non-binding, we believe it's going to have a big impact on Congress, not just this year, but for years to come. We're going to do everything we can between now and when the PRC rules this fall to convince the Commission that 5-day is the wrong way. Saving the Postal Service in the long run is going to take more than legislative and regulatory victories in 2010. It's going to take a strong economic recovery and the support of a friendly Congress for years to come. It has become increasingly clear that the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009, the Obama economic stimulus plan, saved us from a second Great Depression. The Congressional Budget Office reports that the legislation created at least 1.8 million jobs and as many as 4.2 million jobs over the past 18 months. But it's also increasingly clear that the stimulus was not the final answer to deal with the sheer scope and scale of this economic meltdown. Consumers and businesses are still adjusting to the loss of pension and retirement savings, and it's curtailing their spending. Unemployment remains stubbornly high at 9.5%. That is not an academic issue for us. As long as there are 15 million Americans out of work and another 13 million that are discouraged or underemployed workers, the outlook for the Postal Service is going to remain bleak. Payroll employment growth is the #1 indicator of future mail volume growth. And that's why we must support the efforts of the AFL-CIO to mobilize the country to support a new effort to create millions of jobs. On Friday morning, Rich Trumka, the new president of the AFL-CIO, will honor us with an appearance in this hall. At noon on Friday, he's holding a massive rally for jobs in downtown Los Angeles. He will call for a huge surge in public investment in infrastructure and for targeted assistance to state and local governments to prevent the massive layoffs of teachers, police, and firefighters in the months to come. In addition, he will rally the labor movement to support the preservation of 6-day delivery to save 80,000 postal employees' jobs. Want to go with him? This jobs message is so important to the country and to the interest of letter carriers that later today I'm going to propose that we alter the hours of the convention on Friday in order to participate in the rally. After Brother Trumka's speech and any other remaining items of business that we have, we're going to bus delegates to downtown LA for the rally. And we'll be back here, hopefully, before the scheduled 3 p.m. adjournment time. Yes, we'll show movies. We're going to have buses ready for all the delegates who can participate. Now, given the importance of our struggle to save Saturday delivery, I hope that every delegate is prepared to participate and to be on one of those buses on Friday. We're going for a ride.